That's right. So over the last 3 seasons, even though Julius Randle did shoot well from the field last night before fouling out, stupidly I might add, because you know you got 5 fouls, what the hell are you driving into the lane for? What are you doing that for? Why are you doing that when you know you have 5 damn fouls? But I digress. Let's look at the last 3 seasons here. Julius Randle, I'm reading, J.J. Redick. Julius Randle has the worst field goal percentage of the 116 NBA players with at least 100 field goal attempts, shooting 32.3%. This was my notes before yesterday. Okay. Right now, he has the worst field goal percentage this postseason at 34.6% with a minimum of 100 attempts. He also has the worst worst 3-point field goal per shooting percentage at 22.9%, minimum of 40 attempts. I'm not finished. As we look at him, his opponents, the guys that he's directly defending, he's given up 50% shooting. Okay, let's continue on from that. Okay, we go from there, and he has the second most turnovers.
9 to 101 on Monday night. Julius Randle was asked what's gone wrong for the Knicks.
Maybe they wanted more. I don't know. That's been who we are all year, and we got to find a way to, step up and make those plays if we want to keep this season alive.
Stephen A., dare I ask, are your Knicks done?
Yeah, they're done. They're done. No orange and blue skies.
No, I'm sorry.
They'll probably win game 5, maybe. I don't care. They'll lose game 6. It's who they are. They can't shoot when it really, really counts. The numbers in totality at the end of the day for game 4 look relatively impressive, but when it really, really counted, they were nowhere to be found. You gave up about 6 offensive rebounds in the first 3 quarters. The last quarter, you gave up 7 offensive rebounds. Usually when you're bigger, supposedly stronger, you're supposed to be perceived as being tougher. The Miami Heat are the smaller, tougher team. The New York Knicks were punked in game 3, flat out punked. And then in game 4, they fought, but ultimately it comes down to who's got the best player. They got Jimmy Butler. The line is, you don't understand, you feel no sympathy, you have no compassion for people like me who have waited for my entire life for the New York Knicks to be relevant. You don't care. You don't care at all, JJ. You're just ready to break down analytically. You don't take into account the emotion and the heartbreak and the misery this franchise continues to cause people like me, native New Yorkers, who are praying for relevancy. Okay? And I was here hoping that the New York Knicks would get to the conference finals for the first time since 2023 years. And that is kaput. It's over. But I know JJ doesn't care because he wants to break down his basketball expertise. So go ahead, JJ. Go ahead and explain to the world that Julius Randle isn't as bad as I'm saying, that he hasn't caused the level of misery to us that we're feeling. Go ahead and deny it, JJ. Explain it away. The floor is yours, JJ. The floor is yours.
This all makes sense now. This all makes sense now because in the first segment, we're talking Warriors-Lakers, and you got really personal with me. I'm like, where is this coming from? Where is this coming from? And then to send me this level of accusation that I don't have empathy for Knicks.
59 players who've played at least 250 minutes this postseason. He's second worst in the NBA at 37.5% field goal shooting. 23.1% from threes, which is second worst, and fifth worst in terms of free throws at 69.4%. This is the guy that Tom Thibodeau continues to give the ball to, no matter what, no matter how powerful and strong and quick a foot he is. Somehow, some way, he's always behind the three-point line, always trying to dribble 4, 5, 6, 7 times, depending on which possession it is, always sitting up there jacking up shots, and more importantly than this, becomes demoralized once he's missing and then does stupid things. And so for me, when I look at him, I'm just done. Now, I understand he shows up to work every day, so I give him a lot of love and credit for that. And certainly during the regular season, you can take Julius Randle all day, every day. But come postseason time, you got to find a better option than this brother. He's not going to do it for you. They figure him out. They know his game. They know he's always, even when he's going right, JJ, he's still going left. I mean, with the left. He's not ambidextrous in any way. He's not going to use his right hand. You know what he's going to do. He's very transparent and predictable. I'm just of that mindset that I'm done believing in this dude. That's what I mean when I say I'm done. I'm done believing in him in the postseason. I'm done hoping and praying, JJ. I know you don't care about that because you're Mr. Analytics and you try to be all composed and non-emotional. The only time I've ever seen you express any emotions when you're pissed off at one of us.
Not eliminated yet. There's always miracles.
Well, I do think this series, for all intents and purposes, is done.
Well,
is done.
Just trying to soften.
And your
it, you know?
points about Julius Randle, Stephen A, are valid. They're valid. This is a guy who's been an All-Star. He's potentially an All-NBA, third-team All-NBA guy this year. He hasn't performed well in the playoffs. He has not performed well this season. He did not perform well 2 seasons ago against the Atlanta Hawks. The production, the efficiency, all that stuff. Like, it's a fact, okay? Some of that is why the Miami Heat are up 3-1, for sure. There are some fundamental flaws with the New York Knicks roster. They just don't have enough shooting. I mean, let's start there. They don't have enough shooting. They were 9 for 28 last night. They've got the lowest three-point percentage of any team that has played in the playoffs. All 16 teams, they've got the lowest, especially in this series. The other thing I want to point out, going back to Julius Randle's quote, and I found that really interesting, where he said, I don't know, they just wanted it more.
Disgraceful.
When we talked about the Knicks versus the Cavs, what did we say? The Knicks are punking the Cavs. You look at bench points, points off turnovers, second chance points. The Knicks won by a large margin, all of those categories in the first round. We look at this second round against the Miami Heat. They're losing all of those categories. So he's not wrong. It does appear that the Miami Heat, and it's such a cliche to say it, but it does appear the Miami Heat just want it more. Now, would Julius Randle benefit, Stephen A., if there was more floor spacing on the floor with them? Would he benefit? Of course he would. Of course he would. So, yes, Julius has got to play better. I'm so sorry, Stephen A.
I'm so
Can I
sorry.
Can I express my sympathy? Can we just express our sympathy?
Can we just say how sorry we are? I mean,
doesn't look good.
We're sending you hugs, but hey, I mean, do you?
I'm going to say this. I think they should trade him. If you could get your hands on somebody like, I said it.
Okay.
Did I stutter, Victoria? Did I stutter?
No,
I didn't
you
stutter.
did not stutter.
Yeah, they
No,
should trade him. Listen, if you could get your hands on a car, now don't get me wrong. I'm talking basketball ability. Now, durability, I don't think anybody can compete with Julius Randle. He's been Mr. Reliable. Played the first 77 games of this season before he got injured. Played the last 5 games. So reliability, dependability in that regard, I can't sniff at that. But I'm talking about from a talent perspective, particularly come playoff time, I'd rather have Karl Anthony Towns than Julius Randle. And you know how I feel. I know he's 32 years old. Do you know what I would give to get my hands on Jay? Okay, now I'm dreaming. And I understand I'm dreaming, but damn it, I'm allowed to dream, JJ. I'm allowed to dream. We have suffered. And once again, we're going to suffer again. And Jimmy Butler, and by the way, this is a sweep because Jimmy Butler didn't play in game 2. So if they win game 5, Jimmy Butler, maybe the Miami Heat took him out of 5. Usually scores his points early, late. It's a different animal, particularly from the perimeter, even though he hit a 3 from the left corner last night. But damn it, to hell with all of that. I'm not satisfied.